Podcast every week, the best professional wrestling discussion on the internet, World Wrestling Entertainment, TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and much more. This, ladies and gentlemen, is In the Hot Seat with your host, Fortminorproject.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. And of course, as always, we got a great show lined up for you guys. And as well, I have a brand new guest joining me at this time. And would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Melina Perez Fanatic.
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show, man. And we got quite a few things to get to, and let's get things underway. And I'm actually going to start things off here as I got my notes right here. And what are your thoughts on Christian's heel turn?
I actually pretty much enjoyed Christian's heel turn. I thought it was about time for Christian to turn heel because of the way the storyline was going and him losing twice. So now I think we're going to get something nice and fresh with Christian being a heel. And I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, at first, I was a little bit undecided because I really want Randy Orton to be the heel in this, whole storyline. But, over time, I have been, going to enjoy it. And with the matches they have been having, they've been having, good matches and good storytelling. So with Christian, pretty much now being the heel at this point, I don't really have that much a problem with it. So I am gonna, wait and see how this turns out. And I'm sure it'll be good. And hopefully, we'll have something good come out of the storyline. And once it comes to an end. So, yeah, so far I have been enjoying it. Alright, the next thing I got here, and what are your thoughts on SmackDown vs. Raw, the series coming to an end, and now having it being under as a new name, as it's going to be now called, for this upcoming year, and that is WWE 2012.
I'm not really that much of a big video game fan. I don't play that many video games. I heard about SmackDown vs. Raw ending the name, and now that's becoming WWE 12. Me personally, really don't have a problem with it because WWE has been marketing their brand as WWE for a while now, so why not? It makes a lot of sense to me. No problem with it at all.
Okay, and for me, I am a pretty much big gamer, and I've been playing most of the series, and I have just about almost every SmackDown game. So with this, I don't have really much of a problem with it. I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, and now they're supposed to be listening to the fans, taking out everything and putting some new stuff like I mentioned before. So there are a couple of stuff that I am looking forward in this game. So it should be a good game, and it shouldn't be really that much anything different, but to me, each series that comes out and with the games and everything, I think in a way there are something different with the games that they have, and I'm looking forward for it. It's looking to come out, like I said before, November 22nd. For those of you who want to go out and check out the game, they do have some of the trailers and some gameplay out, so definitely be on the lookout for that. So that's it when it comes to the wrestling games. And the next thing I got here, and who do you think should win the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and for this year?
All right, this year we have the Money in the Bank pay-per-view on July 17th, 2011. We have two Money in the Bank ladder matches, one from Raw, one from SmackDown. The man from Raw I want to see win the Money in the Bank ladder match, he should have won the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 26, is Drew McIntyre. Okay. He's the supposed chosen one of Mr. McMahon. He's supposed to be a future world champion, so I honestly think Drew McIntyre should go over this year at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. And as for Friday Night SmackDown's Money in the Bank winner, I honestly would have to say Wade Barrett.
Okay. Is there any other...
I honestly think he's another...
Oh, go ahead. I think we lost connection here. Alright, so we're back, and apparently we lost connection with the Skype call, so we're gonna continue on with this question and restart from where we left off. And what I was asking, what are your thoughts on who should win the Money in the Bank for this year?
The Money in the Bank ladder match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view on July 17th, 2011 from Chicago. From Monday Night Raw, what you think should win the Monday Night Raw Money in the Bank ladder match should be Drew McIntyre. Reason being that he chose to win from Mr. McMahon. He keeps claiming that he's going to be a future champion. And these past couple months, we've basically seen him doing jobs to Kofi Kingston and people like that. Yeah. So I would love to see Drew McIntyre win the match and get that push that he really deserved. He should have got at WrestleMania 26, basically. And on SmackDown, the man that I see and I want to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, I think Dashing Cody Rhodes should win finally in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's just me.
Yeah, with SmackDown, for me, it's kind of hard to decide on who I want to win the Money in the Bank for that brand. Cody Rhodes can very well, happen with that, so I wouldn't have a problem with that. Wade Barrett, maybe, that can happen, but, he's got the Intercontinental Championship right now, unless he doesn't lose it to Ezekiel Jackson. On the Raw side, I can probably see maybe Dolph Ziggler, try and get the win this time. Could happen with that. There are a couple of guys, from SmackDown, but it's a little bit, in a way, kind of hard to tell at this point. Maybe guys like John Morrison, with Christian too, and for SmackDown, he could possibly win it if he doesn't win a capital punishment, which I would like him to win it there instead of Money in the Bank, but that's also another possibility. So there are a couple of guys who can, go out and win this year's Money in the Bank, so that's it when it comes to that. And for the last thing that I got here, for the last topic, and that is, what pay-per-view from the past would you like to have been at?
The one pay-per-view from the past that I would love to have been a part of would have to be SummerSlam 1992.
Okay. Yeah.
Because of the atmosphere in the building that night when Bret Hart and the British Bulldog toured up for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, which would have been astounding to be a part of. That's just me.
Yeah, that's actually a good choice, to actually, want to be a part of, and, the crowd was, really good that night, so, that's actually a good one. With me, I'm going to probably have to go with maybe SummerSlam 2002. That's one of my favorite SummerSlams, and there are just so many events from the past, maybe from one of the Vengeances and stuff like that, and, there's just so many to pick from, but, right now I will have to go with SummerSlam 2002 as one of my favorite pay-per-views would have liked to have seen live in person. So that's pretty much it with all the topics and questions and stuff like that. Is there anything else that, you want to get your final thoughts on before we end this thing?
I think we have both covered everything we have to do.
Alright, so that's good with that. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. I'll definitely leave a link out to your channel so everyone can check you out. And that about does it for this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. You guys continue the discussion down below in the comment box. And as always, I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.